Om 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 Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunattu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitam Astu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. बोलिए श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय. ओम नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्. समस्त जनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्. ओम व्यासाय विष्णुरूपाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णवे नमो वै ब्रह्मनिधये वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः. बोलिए श्री वेदव्यास भगवान की जय. ओम गं गणपतये नमः. ओम सं सरस्वत्यै नमः. ओम गुं गुरुभ्यो नमः. Hari Om. So today's Yaksha Prashna, the questions asked by Yaksha and the answers given by Yudhishthira. We will look into the questions number 52-53. Yaksha uvacha kim svidatma manusyasya kim sviddaiva kritas sakha upajivanam kim svidasya parayanam. युधिष्ठिर उवाच पुत्र आत्मा मनुष्यस्य भार्या दैवकृतः सखा उपजीवनं च पर्जन्यो दानमस्य परायणम्. So what is for a human being? There are 4 questions are being asked. For a human being, kimsvid atma manushyasya. What is the self of a human being? Putraha Atma Manusyasya. The self of a human being is his own son. There is another question earlier which was asked, 24th question. Kimsvit prasavatam varam, putraha prasavatam varam. What is the great thing that is being produced? A son is the great thing that is being produced. Son means here child. Because Atma, the word, has got no gender. And according to Sanskrit grammar, when there is one human, one male, the whole assembly or the whole subject is addressed in the masculine gender, which means it includes feminine as well as masculine. The importance of the son is being discussed earlier in the question 24. So, putraha atma manushyasya. Atma, the word atma means I. And what is the I? What is the self other than that individual? One's own child is the self. In the Kaushitaki Brahmana Upanishad, there is a verse. Angad sambhavasi hridayat adhijayase atma vai putra namasi Sajiva Sharadashatam. The father is blessing the child. Sajivaha Sharadaha Shatam. May you live for 100 years. Who are you? Angad Sambhavasi. You are born out of the limbs of my own body. Hridayat Adijayate. You are born out of my own heart. Life comes from the heart, the feelings. You have taken birth from my limbs. And you are, 1 minute, is the battery, I have to switch on sorry, thank you. Angad Angad Sambhavasi, Hridayat Adijayate, Atma Vai Putra Namasi. O son, you are my own self. May you live for 100 years. Sajivaha Sharadaha Shatam. 100 winters may you see. The next question is, so the importance of a son, the importance of a child in the path of dharma. Earlier we have seen who is a son, pum narakat trayate iti putraha. The word putra is referring to the one who protects a father from falling into the hell called Pum. Pum Narakat Trayate iti Putraha. The 51st question, Kimsvit Daivakritaha Sakha Bharya Daivakritas Sakha. These the Mahabharata, Ramayana, all of them they contain both topics of Brahma and Dharma. Brahma means that which takes us to our own true self is Brahma. The topics of the Vedas. Dharma is that which helps us to live in a particular way in the world, understand the world as it should be understood, so that the mind is purified, and with that purified mind, making use of the circumstances and situations in the world to purify the mind, and with that purified mind, it is easy to realize one's own self. So, Dharma leads to Brahma. Brahma talks directly about self realization, whereas Dharma talks about what we need. So, what is the importance of the wife? Kimsvit Mitram Grihe. The earlier question is question number 35. Kimsvit Mitram Grihe Sataha Bharya Mitram Grihe Sataha. For a noble person, who is the friend at home? The wife is the friend at home for the noble person. So the question is actually repeated in another way. Kimsvit Daivakrita Sakha. Who is a friend who has been gifted to us by God Himself? Bharya Daivakrita Sakha. A wife is a friend for a husband, and when there is friendship, there is only equality. So it really translates into the husband is a friend of the wife. In our Shastras, all activities or actions like doing yajnas, undertaking vratas, or going on pilgrimages, everything is done with together by the husband and wife. She is called Saha Dharmacharini. The wife walks along the path of dharma. Dharma means duty, responsibility, taking care of society, doing actions which are very good, living out our true nature, our true self is dharma. The wife joins the husband in doing whatever requirements of dharma that he has to do. And for a person who has become a widower, who does not have a wife, there are no actually Agni Karma and other activities like doing a yajna and homa are prohibited for the person who does not have a wife. So the wife plays a very important role at home, and Bhagavan Vedavyasa, through Yaksha, he speaks of the importance of wife by saying that she is a friend who has been gifted to the husband by the Lord Himself. In the Manusmriti too, there's a very beautiful verse. Yatra naryastu pujyante ramante tatra devataha yatraitastu na pujyante sarvas tatra palapriya. Where the women are worshipped, ramante tatra devataha. The gods enjoy, the gods revel in such a place, in such a country where women are worshipped. Yatre tastu na pujyante. Taha yatrai na pujyante. Where they are not worshipped, or where they are derided, where they are scolded, where they are insulted, where they are all kinds of difficulties and troubles are given to women. Sarvaha tatra apalaha kriyaha. All actions are fruitless in such a country or in such a home where women are not worshipped. So these verses go to say how important it is to treat women well. The dharmic way of life is to respect and love women, basically. Love and respect women. In the Bhagavad Gita too, Bhagavan lists 7 qualities through which he directly expresses. 7 qualities in women through which he expresses. What is that verse? It's a very beautiful verse. मृत्यु सर्वहरश्चाहम् उद्भवश्च भविष्यताम् कीर्तिश्रीः वाक्च नारीणाम् स्मृतिर्मेधा धृतिः क्षमा. The second line refers to these 7 qualities. Kirtihi, fame. It is a very great quality. It is a very feminine quality. Kirtihi, Shri. Shri is Lakshmi. Shri is prosperity. Shri is wealth. Shri also denotes Brahman. Kirti Shri, Vak or speech. Speech also denotes the feminine quality. Smriti or memory. Medha, the ability to remember the meaning of what we have studied. Arthagrahanam, Medha. Dhriti, ability to withstand pain, the fortitude, the ability to, the threshold of pain, pushing the threshold of pain farther and farther, expanding the pain body, ability to withstand a lot of pain, or fortitude, courage, and shama. Whatever happens, the ability to let go and forgive. Jane do, we say in Hindi, forgive, meaning give for. If something is coming to us, something has been thrown at us, forgiving means letting it go. When we let something go, the first person who is benefited by that is our own self. So to protect our own self, instead of retaining all the difficulties, all the bad memories, all the hurtful actions, hurtful thoughts, and hurtful feelings that have been given to us by somebody else, instead of keeping it with us, let it go, let it go, let it go. That is called forgiveness or kshama, which is a quality of the feminine. At home also, when a child is doing some mistake, the father also gets angry, the mother also can get angry. But the father will not let it go. The father will keep it. The mother will say, come on, he's only our child. You can always forgive him. Let it go. The mother will advise the father. Kshama. It can be otherwise in houses. We can never say. But generally this is a rule. And anything when the father is angry, the child always runs to the mother for support and going and calming him so that he looks favorably at the child. Smritir medha dhritihi kshama. Sabharya ya grihe daksha. Sabharya ya grihe daksha. Sabharya ya priyam vada. Sabharya ya pati prana. Sabharya ya pativrata. The Mahabharata says, she is a woman who is daksha, very skillful in doing her work at home. Sa bharya ya grihe daksha, very skillful in the administration of the home. The home minister is the woman at home. Daksha, sa bharya ya priyam vada. She is a woman, she is the wife who can speak sweetly. Priyam vada means speaking sweetly. It is very easy to tilt the situation at home into something that is very hateful, something very spiteful by speaking harshly. But it is the woman who changes the situation with her sweet words at home, the wife. Sa bharya ya pati prana. The wife is the one who is the Bhagish prana, the energy, the source of energy, the fountain of energy at home for the husband is the wife. When he comes back from a tired day, we can all ask, women are going to work, men are going to work. Then we have to even interchange this word husband and wife. The point is, the one who is at home, receiving the people belonging to the home, the bharya, the wife, is a source of energy. She is a very stable source of energy. Whatever kind of beatings, whatever kind of bickerings, whatever kind of difficulties and fights that the other engages in outside in the world, and they win, and when they turn home for succor, for help, she is ever available there with her fountainhead of energy. Sa bharya ya pativrata. She is a woman who is a wife, who is a pativrata. Pativrata means being devoted to the husband, loving the husband. So even though we may talk of feminism, even though we may talk of women's rights, the wife's rights and all that, we are not talking here of difficult situations where women are being abused. In a natural family, in a normal family, in a loving family, where the husband and wife love each other, the woman naturally becomes a pativrata, or the one who has her husband as her limitation and thinks within the limitations of her husband for the welfare of the family, for the welfare of the husband, for her own welfare and the welfare of the children and the extended family around. So that is the ideal bharya, or the ideal wife. Is the life of Sita, and there is a very beautiful shloka remembering the Panchakan. Ahalya Draupadi Sita Tara Mandodari Tatha Panchakanyam Imam Skritva Sarva Papai Pramuchyate. So this is a shloka. Dukkastasya na jayate, or many different pata vedas are there. For women especially, when they are combing their hair, they can chant this shloka. Ahalya, they remember these 5 names. Ahalya is the wife of Gautama Rishi. Draupadi is the wife of the Pandavas. Sita is the wife of Rama. Mandodari is the wife of Ravana. Tara is the wife of Vali. So when we remember these 5 pativratas, pativrata means not only when that is why the different names of Tara and Mandodari are mentioned here. Not only if the husband is a great person, not only if the husband is a Adarsha Purushaha, it doesn't matter how the husband is. When the wife remains a pativrata, she stands uplifted, and remembering such a woman uplifts others also. That is the idea behind this shloka. The next question, 52nd question. Upajivanam kim svedasya, upajivanam chaparjanyaham. So for the human being, for the soul, for the Atma, for the individual, what gives him life support? What is the life support system for a human being? Parjanyaha. Parjanya means rain. Rain is the life support. Even the Tirukural and many other verses, the Tirumandiram, every text, every divine text that is given always talks a few verses about the importance of rain. Van Sirappu says the Tirukural, there are 10 couplets on the importance of rain. The famous couplet is Tupparku Tuppaya, Tuppaki Tupparku Tuppaya, Tuvum Malai. Vanindri, there is Van Sirappu, even all the yajnas and homas, other things cannot happen if the clouds do not give forth as rain. Kimsmith, there's another shloka earlier. The question earlier is question number 21. Kimsmith apavatam shreshtam, varsham apavatam shreshtam. So these questions on dharma, when they are repeated, when anything is repeated, the question and answer, repetition means they are not exhaustive for, Yaksha has become exhaustive for his ideas and questions. And so just to sustain Yudhishthira, he is asking questions. No. The repetition of something means stressing on the importance of that particular thing. So, clouds play a very important role in our life because when there are heavy rain bearing clouds, it signals rain. Rain is what comes and then falls on the ground. It cheers up the whole earth, cheers up the soil. It is a cause for the yield of the soil, and because of the yield of the soil, humans and animals depend on that. Their livelihood is sustained by rain. There is no doubt about all this, and our Dharma Shastras and Vedas, they constantly remind us of the importance of rain. In Bhagavad Gita, chapter 3, also, the whole cycle of rain and yajna, the connectivity between yajna and rain is being given. And Bhagavan says that those who do not follow this cycle of mine, those who do not adhere this cycle are, what is that? The shlokas are very beautiful. Annad bhavanti bhutani parjanyat anna sambhavah. Annat bhavanti bhutani. All beings are born or happening because of anna or food. The father eats food and so the seed is being produced. The mother eats food, so the seed is being nourished well. And then the baby eats food, that is why the baby grows. Annat bhavanti bhutani parjanyad anna sambhavaha. Because of rain, parjanya, food is being created. Yajnat bhavati parjanyaha. So how is, if rain is very important, we should know how to create rain. Yajnat bhavati parjanyaha. Farming is a yajna. Any collective activity is called yajna. When human beings do collective activities, then the clouds give forth rain, because the universe is connected with the human mind, individual human mind, and so much so with the collective human mind. When collectively there is an effort, there is a proper industry, a good industry. Yajna also means the yajna that we do to please nature. In a Havan Kunda, we invoke Varuna, we invoke Agni, we invoke Lakshmi, we invoke Ganesha. All the gods are being invoked in the Yajna Kunda, and because of the invocations done in the Yajna, we get rain. Yajna bhavati parjanyaha, yajna karma samudbhavaha. Yajna happens because of karma. Then this karma comes from Brahma. Karma brahmodbhavam vidhi, Brahma akshara samudbhavam, tasmat sarvagatam Brahma, nityam yajne pratishtitam. Brahma is solidly existing in yajna, and yajna produces rain. So if we need rain, we should engage in collective activity for the welfare of the world, for the peace and harmony of the world. Whatever needs to be produced, we need annam bahukurvita tat vratam, says the Taittiriya Upanishad. We have to create food in large quantities. It is a vratam. It is an austerity that we need to follow. So, when we do yajna, we propitiate the gods, and when the gods are very happy, then there is rain. So, how do we know it is true? There is no other way to know if it is true other than by doing it. And there are so many places where yajnas are being done for rain. People even come with umbrellas, even in dry weather, even in weather where there is no rain and the rains have failed for a long time. People organize Varuna Japam, Varuna Yajna for invocation of rain. They are so confident that they will get rain at the end of Yajna, and they even take umbrellas and raincoats and go for the Yajna. And surely at the end of the Yajna, there is a very heavy downpour. So this is the Devakarya of Yajna, to invoke rain, which benefits the performer of the Yajna and the whole society also. The 53rd question, Kim Smith Asya Parayanam, Danam Asya Parayanam. Where does that man, that human being, have his ultimate refuge? The ultimate refuge for a human being is in giving, is in charity. Because whatever we earn, whatever we receive for ourselves, it is not actually belonging to us. Even if we take the salary that we receive for the work that we receive the salary, the money is coming from some other source only. It is being given by somebody else. Even the energy that we get to do the work has come to us from some other source. Nothing actually belongs to us. And so we can be healthy only when the things that we collect, we give it towards others. We give it as charity. So, for the human being, Danam Asya Parayanam. Parayanam means the end goal for human existence is charity. The earlier verse also we saw yesterday, 47th verse, Kims with Ekapadam Yashaha. What is that one sole way by which we attain fame? Ekapadam Yashaha. Danam Ekapadam Yashaha. By charity, by giving, we attain fame. As I mentioned yesterday, it is not by being very knowledgeable, it is not by being very rich, it is not by being having all the time at my disposal, it is not by having a lot of property and wealth and people and friends and resources with me that I can become famous. I become famous only by sharing all that with the public, with the people. And even a politician who is being elected to power, how does he get elected to power? Because whatever wealth he has got, whatever charisma he has got, he's sharing with the people. A film star who is very famous, how does he become very famous? Because for whatever known reasons, we are attracted to that medium of film. And when the person comes and acts, he gives his best of his talent in that screen, and then he gives joy to so many people. That is how people like. Otherwise, there are so many beautiful people in this world, so many handsome people in this world. All of them don't become famous. When you put in your effort, when you put in your energy, a cricket player or a footballer, whoever is becoming famous in this world, they are doing something for large groups of people, and so they become famous. So if you want to become famous, do great things, give constantly, and you will become famous. Kinswith Mitram Marishyataha, the earlier verse, 37th verse also. What is a friend for the person who is dying or who is dead and who is going? Who is a friend? Danam Mitram Marishyataha. Because Danam means when we give away, our subtle body becomes very, 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 very light. When the subtle body, which is what is called the Yatana Shariram, that subtle body, which comprises the mind, manas, buddhi, the intellect, the chitta or the memories, and the ahankara or the ego. These four form the subtle body. This is what gets detached from the gross body and keeps going to a different world. When we travel by flight or we travel by plane, we are very comfortable when we travel light. In the same way, the subtle body can travel very light when there are no possessions. Material possessions are not there in its memory because material possessions belong to the earth. So, when you give away your material possessions to somebody else, when other people are enjoying it, the memory goes out of you. The memory of that thought, we only have the memory of how people are enjoying with what we have given. We don't have any memory of the object. We only remember their joy. And even great people who have achieved a lot of wealth, they say the most happiest moments of their life are when they give gifts and they see to people who really deserve them, and when they see joy on their faces, that is the most happiest time in their life. So when you give away, the memory leaves you, and when the memory leaves you, the subtle body is very clear, the subtle body is very clean, it is very transparent, like a crystal or like thin air or like, you know, the fluffy cotton, like a feather. It becomes so light, and when the Udana Vayu is pushing up that subtle body, it goes There is clarity. Even when people talk about decluttering their homes and decluttering their space, what they say is, when you finally give away or even sell whatever you really don't want, that is hiding your view, that is hiding your vision, by just being present all around you, when you give it away, there is a lightness about your feeling, there is a clarity in your surroundings. You know where you want to go, you know what is the work that you really want to do. That is the means by which we are able to bring clarity in our surroundings. So, dhanam means giving away what, not only what we really don't want, of course, what we really don't want, we can give it away if there are people who want to receive it. There's no harm in that. But dhanam is basically with all our heart, they're giving it away to people who really need it. Datavyamiti yat dhanam. Datavyamiti yat dhanam. Why am I giving dhanam? I have to give. That should be my principle in life. That should be my policy in life, to give. That is why I am giving. Datavyamiti yad dhanam. Then, when I give dhanam, diyate nupakarine, diyate anupakarine. What becomes dhanam is, when I give, I don't really expect something in return from them. I have given you 10 rupees, you give me, may you give 1 rupee, एक 10 100 रुपया aham I will give, you give lakh rupeya to me. That is what we give to Bhagavan also. When we put it in the hundial, we say, I will put this, you please fill my coffers. So that is not dhanam. And there is a difference between dhanam and dakshina. People always confuse what is dhanam and what is dakshina. Dana is something that is given to a dina. Dina means somebody who is very weak, somebody who does not have the capacity to get so much of knowledge or get so much of wealth or earn it for themselves. To such a person, you give dana, it fills them for some period of time. Dakshina is what you give to a daksha, a person who is very skillful, who has taught you something in your life, who has taught you something which brings out a turning point in your life, which shows you the path to doing something very creative in your life, and becoming, what to say, doing something that makes you successful in your life. That is not a dina. He is not a very weak person. He is a very knowledgeable person. He is a very wise person. He is a very skillful person who has taught you something. So when you pay him, you are not even paying him for the cost that he gives. You are giving him money with a lot of respect. Shraddhaya deyam, ashraddhaya adeyam, shriya deyam, kriya deyam, dhiya deyam, samvida deyam. Give with a lot of awareness, give with a lot of alertness, give with a lot of shraddha, with a lot of love and belief and trust in that person. Ashraddhaya adeyam. When you don't have shraddha, or meaning cultivate shraddha and give, not that don't give when you don't have shraddha. For such people who are dakshas, like a guru, you cultivate shraddha and you give. Don't give with ashraddha, meaning you wait and then you cultivate your shraddha and then give. Shriya deyam, give with a lot of wealth. Don't be such a, miserly giving. Even how much ever you may give, think and feel and say that I have to give more. I want to give more. This much only I am able to give. Shriya deyam, Kriya deyam. Give with a sense of shame. Khri means lajja. Don't give very proudly. I mean, nobody needs our wealth actually. Whatever anybody wants, Bhagavan is there to bless that person with what they need. Everybody will get what they need, despite whether we give or not. When we give, Bhagavan is giving us an opportunity to clear our mind, to purify our mind. That is why Bhagavan has placed a seeker and a giver. And if we are very fortunate to be a giver, then we give with that sense of lajja or kriyadeyam, dhiyadeyam. Give with a sense of fear. Oh my God, I'm going to give. Will that person accept it? Give with that sense of fear. Only then the dhanam, that dakshina becomes a very respectful dakshina. Kriyadeyam, bhiyadeyam, samvidadeyam. Give with all awareness and with your consciousness in what you give to where you give. There is a verse in the Ramayana, avajnayaya datavyam dataram hanti na samshayaha. Whatever is given with a sense of disrespect, avajna means one is disrespect. Avajna also means not really knowing to whom you are giving. Avajnayaya datavyam dataram hanti na samshayaha. There is no doubt that the giver gets destroyed if he is giving either with disrespect or if he is giving with a lack of awareness to whom he is giving that money. We should give it datavyamiti yaddanam diyate anupakarine. Deshe kalecha patrecha. Desha, in the right place, not in the wrong place. For example, we want to give to somebody who's a guru, and the guru is being praised by others, and in that place you embarrass him by giving 1,000 rupee note. It is not the proper desha. The desha is when he is giving upadesha, you are alone with him, you give your offerings in a quiet place where people don't see how much you are giving. Deshe, Kale, at the right time. Don't disturb a person at midnight. People who are in the US, they do that very easily. They say they want to give family time. It is their 12 o'clock afternoon, but it will be 12 o'clock midnight of their parents or one of their dear family members. They will have no thinking about that. They will say, I'm going to call you now and I'll talk to you. Kalecha, no, at the right time. Patre, the person may be indulging in nefarious activities. When you give money or when you give any wealth to such people, the sins that they cause, the sins that they accrue will come to the giver. So, whom should you give dhanam? A person who is a man of God, a woman of God, a person who's guiding other people to reach God, a person who is doing all the prescriptions of the Vedas, like Veda Adhyayanam, who chants Vedas and who makes others chant Vedas. So to such people, you have to give your dhanam. Then the punya that they get will also come to you. So datavyam, dhanam ekapadam yashaha, dhanam asya parayanam. For a human being, the goal of life should be giving. It is a wonderful life too. A life well lived is a life of charity. Every great religious text talks about dhanam, the importance of giving. And there are many countries that celebrate Thanksgiving Day, give thanks, give objects, give gifts to others, give things that people need. Whatever you can give, give. Even there is something called the switch words, which makes life very easy for us by giving us the right words to chant like mantras. Whenever you want to sell something, if you want, suppose you have a car, you have a house, or you have some stuff which you want to sell it off, and it is not happening. The mantra for that is give. You write the word give, you say the word give in memory of that object, you keep repeating the word give, 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 and it will be sold off. This is a magic word actually called switch words. You can look up that on Google search. There are many, many articles and videos on switch words. The switch word for selling is give, which means you need not give But even if you want to sell, actually what is happening is you are getting money, but actually what is happening is giving. You focus on giving and you will start gaining a lot of respect in society. You will become famous. Your life after this life on earth will be a very happy life, and it is the ultimate refuge for human beings. So tomorrow we will see the last day of this month of Yaksha Prashna. 4 more questions we will see tomorrow. Om Sarvesham Swastirбhavatu, Sarvesham Shantirbhavatu, Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu, Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu, Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah, Sarve Santu Niramayah, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschit Dukkha Bhag Bhavet. Om Asatoma Sadgamaya Tamasorma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. हरि ओम। बोलिए श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। हर नमः पार्वती पतये। हर हर महादेव। हरि ओम।